Opening tip goes to Prairie View A&M University.
Saw Coach Bussey there. He is all about defense. We'll see that as this game develops. It's been a close one the last 2 times they played this season. Hopefully we'll have another close and good one tonight in our nightcap.
Throwing the ball for the Panthers. Juwan Daniels, first team all conference.
He's a scorer.
And he's scoring right there. That's his first bucket of the ball game. 3-pointer. Prairie View on top.
Yeah, he's the lead scorer for the team. Just over 15 points a game. Again, said it in the pregame. Big guard, but he likes to shoot it from the outside.
Nice pass on the inside. That's Agnew who's going to get the first 2 points of the ball game for Alcorn State, who's been on a winning streak. Taking a look at the starters for the Prairie View A&M Panthers. They'll start McKedrick Bell, Jeremiah Gambrell, Dwayne Cox, Jeremiah Kendall, and Juwan Daniels. Inside foul coming up on Alcorn State.
A nice head fake down in the lane, getting the defender up in the air. Then Kendall not able to finish, but he'll take a trip to the free throw line.
Agnew with his first foul of the ball game, team's first. And for Prairie View A&M University, Jeremiah Kendall going to the free throw line.
I'll be able to remember his name. My daughter, her name is Kendall. His last name is Kendall, so that'll stick with me through the thing.
I'll stick with you a little bit. Linnell Henry actually will be charged with the foul. They made a correction at the scores table. His first foul.
Yeah, Henry's an interesting player because he's probably the only player out here that's played for both teams.
Taking a look at the starters for the Alcorn State Braves: Linnell Henry, Byron Joshua, Justin Thomas, Otis Walker, and Darius Agnew.
Henry's a transfer from Prairie View A&M. He's won a championship there before.
3-pointer on the way, going to the bank, no good for Gambrell. A nice block. McKedrick Bell getting that shot out of there.
All right, we take a look at our keys of the game. It's been a tight matchup between these two. Shooting the 3 for Prairie View A&M. Can Daniels get hot? He's already hit 1. They have tournament experience, even though it's been a lackluster season by their own standards. And what are you going to do with Justin Thomas? That'll be a big question in the game for Alcorn State. Make sure they keep that offensive balance. They have that 3-headed attack at the guard position. Prairie View good at steals, second in the SWAC, so they're going to have to protect the ball. We'll see how it all unfolds here in our final game of the night.
The official SUV of the NCAA is Buick, a proud supporter of the SWAC. And McKedrick Bell getting the shot. 7-2 now our score.
He drove that Buick right through the rim there on the putback dunk.
3-pointer up and good. Byron Joshua.
Up-tempo pace here is Alcorn looking to put the full court press on Prairie View. Almost a turnover there.
Traveling violation, and the ball will go back the other way. And all the coaches on the other side saying, shoot the ball.
And Daniels immediately said, yeah, I should have shot that. It was just a little simple pick and pop. He said the ball screen got open as he fell back behind the 3-point line. Then thought maybe I should drive, but turns out should have shot it.
Basketball in the hands of Henry, and a foul coming up. And that foul's going to be on Kendall. That's his first personal. And going to the line now for Alcorn State University will be Linnell Henry. And for Henry, he's averaging 8 points a ball game.
He's a graduate student, Chicago, Illinois. Like we said, played for Prairie View. Transferred over to Alcorn.
Ball tipped. And comes down to Alcorn State. steal, should say a turnover there by Linnell Henry. And here comes Prairie View. Now Bell with the basketball.
Just look at the speed on offense and defense of both of these teams. They are both lightning quick getting up and down the court here.
Dwayne Cox getting the bucket. 25-22 now the score. Dwayne Cox, graduate student from Ripley, Mississippi. I should say a senior. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Prairie View. Gamble with the basketball now, kicks it out. Dwayne Cox, no good. And a foul on the floor.
Is that going to be against Henry?
It's going to be Henry. That'll be 2 on him. And they will have to bring him out of the ball game.
See here on the box out. See the shots up, and it's hard to tell from that angle what happened, but they're going to say a push off at best on Henry. He's going to go to the bench.
And a foul coming up here on Alcorn.
Back-to-back whistles against the Braves here.
Agnew with his first personal foul. And Kendall going to the free throw line for Prairie View A&M University. Kendall averaging about 5 points a ball game as we take a look at that foul one more time.
See interior pass off the inbound, and pretty standard stuff right there. Banged them with the body.
Free throw up and good.
Kendall, a sophomore from the Bronx. Teammate Juwan Daniels, he's from Harlem.
Nice pass up and in on the other side. Dwayne Cox.
Essentially been a three-point play there as well. He kind of got scraped across the arm, but he was able to finish.
And Coach Landon Bussey telling his guys to get going. And another turnover. And the ball was right back to Alcorn. Going in for the bucket is Agnew.
See Daniels yelling for his teammates to stay composed, slow down a little bit. Be in a hurry, but don't move too fast. Or is it move fast, but don't be in a hurry? One of those things.
Prairie not afraid to go up and down the floor. Alcorn wants to control the tempo of this ball game. This shot, and coming down with the rebound is Agnew.
Yeah, a bit of a forced shot there by Kendall. He kind of made up his mind after he jumped about what type of shot he wanted to take.
Byron Joshua controlling the ball right now. Shot up, no good.
Earlier, don't expect Prairie View to come out here and look like an 8 seed. They have players on this team who have competed for championships. They have a coach, 2-time SWAC Coach of the Year, who's won a championship here. So they're not Johnny-come-latelys in the SWAC, and it hasn't been the year that they wanted, but there's nothing to say they can't go on a run over the next couple of days.
They won 4 out of their last 6 ball games. They did lose to Alcorn and Jackson to end the season.
Yeah, they pretty much had to play their way into the SWAC tournament.
This shot and the rebound by Agnew. Here comes Alcorn State.
Good defense there.
And for these Panthers, really, it did come down to the last 2 games of the season. And there's steal. Gamble inside. Ball tipped out of bounds after an attempt on the inside by Jeremiah Kendall. And it will stay with Prairie View A&M University. Dwayne Cox will inbound the basketball.
Daniels got off to a nice start hitting that first 3. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities since then with the ball here. He's double teamed, spins out, hits it up a little long, gets his own rebound, kicks it back out, and open 3 is good.
Dwayne Cox with his first 3 of the ball game.
And that's the thing about Daniels, like good things happen when he penetrates. He's a good three-point shooter, but even more dangerous when he's doing both.
40. That's 17 threes on the year for Dwayne Cox, and the ball goes back the other way.
Yep, got to travel there. Drug that pivot foot, trying to execute the up and under. It's always a little harder when you got people leaning on you.
No doubt. The last time that these two teams played, it was a three-point ball game.
At the buzzer.
Yeah.
Justin Thomas hit a half-court shot to win the game.
Bell with the shot up, no good. And a foul coming up.
A lot of people kind of had fun in Santori with that game on Twitter because Thomas was faster than the cameraman in that game. And he went streaking by. The camera didn't pan in time. You didn't see the shot, but you realized by the reaction that he drilled it. So he didn't quite get his just due by having his moment on social media with the buzzer beater. But it was on the road, and he sent a lot of Prairie View A&M Panther fans home upset with that buzzer beater.
Brian Miles now in the ballgame for Prairie View A&M University. Three-pointer by McWhorter. His first three-pointer of the ballgame, first points of the ballgame.
Good-looking shot there.
16-11, the 8th seed up early on here.
Yeah, and again, we just talk about matchups. Some teams just match up so well. 4 points deciding the outcome of the two games in the regular season between these two teams.
Out of bounds, goes the other way.
And there's no big surprise that these two teams would mirror each other. You look at Coach Bussey, comes over from Prairie View A&M and get a lot of shared philosophy there. Kind of know each other's tendencies when it comes to coaching. That's going to be a shot in the mouth and an offensive foul.
Yeah, you really can't do that.
Not advised. See here, just sticks it out. Nothing intentional, but just caught him in the right spot. Trying to protect the ball, just an extra layer of protection.
McWhorter with his first personal foul. Prairie View 1 of their last 7 shooting.
Oh, that was wide.
Wow.
Start strong, but a lot of times they've kind of faltered down the stretch. Can they keep this sustained energy going now that they're in a do-or-die situation here at the SWAC tournament?
Alcorn with the basketball. Bruton controlling.
Nice behind the back pass there. Style points and 2 points.
And Agnew making some things happen. He has 6 points now, 16-13. Prairie View on top. Bell posting up Agnew on the inside. Bell has the height, but Agnew has more the girth. Three-pointer on the way from Gambrell, and he hits it.
Daniels on that possession was looking to set a screen with somebody off the dribble handoff. Didn't get it the first time around, but he did the second time around, creating the space for that three-point shot.
DK Thorne with the ball and now swinging it over. Nice fake on the dribble. And that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yep. Got him on the landing there. Kind of threw up the floater, but when he came down right on top of the defender. See right here, jumps off that left foot. Just didn't have the space to come down. Good job by the defense.
Montgomery with the foul. That'll be his first personal. Prairie View A&M basketball.
Goes away from the screen there. Not good spacing by Prairie View. Everybody's in the same spot. Another charge there. Had 3 offensive players right within 5 feet of one another.
And that foul's going to go on Brian Miles. That'll be his first personal foul. And now coming out of the ball game for Alcorn State University will be Thorne. Walker will replace him.
That was a good look, but the defender right there to draw the charge didn't pull up in time.
Brute now controlling the basketball. 19-13. Prairie View on top. Nice fake. Long three-pointer. Walker nails it for Alcorn State.
For a team that's supposed to be a stout all-defense team, Alcorn doing a good job shooting the ball from the outside here, providing some excitement from the three-point line.
33 three-pointers on the year for Walker. Spin move on the inside, kicks it back out to Montgomery. Can't hit the shot, but a rebound by the Braves.
He got hit on the hand as well. He could have been at the free throw line for three. They let that one go.
Shot up, wild shot.
He said,
Bruton.
He was kind of in disbelief that he made it. He was like literally falling down, just threw that one up, but it went in.
Cox now with the basketball. He has 7 points. Now gives it up to Daniels. First team all conference. Three-pointer by Daniels. Gone! Spinning rotation. Splash through the net.
He has one of the most unique jumpers in the SWAC. When he shoots it, man, he puts so much arch on that ball. It's like he's throwing it up in the air, and it just drops down softly through the rim.
Shot up. There's going to be a blocking foul coming up on Prairie View A&M. And that's going to be on Brian Miles, second personal.
It almost looks like a heave when Daniels shoots it with his form. So we see the drive here, and the foul is called on the penetration. Have a couple of free throws. See sliding back. The defender there is kind of leaning back into his fall.
First free throw up and no good by Walker.
Walker looked good on those three-point shots, but that was a duck right there at the free throw line.
Three-pointers so far. Prairie View 4 of 8. Alcorn 3 of 7. Cox misses both free throws.
Should just back up a little bit. Too close for him. Little euro by Daniels. Doesn't get it to go.
And it really is arcing. Even on the inside, throws it way up in the air. It's like he wants Jesus to catch it. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound by the Braves.
They're going to reset it here as Prairie View holding on to a 4-point lead.
Three-pointer all the way, no good. And Prairie View with the rebound.
I think we're going to see a lot of those as we continue here. Both teams kind of falling in love with the long ball here.
22-18.
Little weave at the top, trying to get the defense off balance. We can take away the turnovers, and they've pretty much done everything they've wanted to do so far in this game, especially with the outside shot, shooting over 50% from behind the line here early on.
And Bell with a three-pointer, the transfer from Arkansas Pine Bluff. One of the things about Bell that he can do, he can sing, and sing well.
Well, he sunk the ball right through the rim there.
Nice layup. And Joshua now with 5 points.
Got a lot of inter-SWAC transfers on both teams here. Daniels on the post. We've seen him from outside. Let's see his post-up game here. He's got a height advantage over Thomas. A little too much on the jump hook.
And unfortunately stepping on the inline, Henry, who has 2 fouls. And that's a big storyline because one of the things they will do is go right after him.
Yep, he's a big part of what Alcorn does here. They picked up those 2 quick fouls. Another 3 is good.
Gambrell hitting another three-pointer. That's now 18 on the year for him.
Prairie View is hot to start this game from behind the line.
Nice shot. taking it to the hole, Justin Thomas.
Daniels kind of looking at his teammates saying, rotation. Where's my help here? I got the size advantage, but Thomas is quick. Need somebody to rotate over.
6-point deficit for Alcorn. Bell goes in and is partially blocked. Gets the rebound and the putback.
See, Thomas used his, or Daniels used his size to get past Thomas there. And nice dish off. And took a couple times, but they got it to go down.
Good fake three-pointer on the way off the back of the iron.
Yeah, looked his defender off, but couldn't get the shot to fall in transition here. Let's see what Prairie View comes up with. Will it be another long shot? There's an attempt. No good. Nice crossover by Thomas. Gets in the lane. And he is the one that drives the offense here for Alcorn State.
That's the third foul on Kendall. And when you look at how this offense is set up, Kendall is a pretty big part of this Prairie View A&M offense, and 3 fouls on him is big. There's still over 5 minutes remaining in this first half of play.
Yeah, he's going to have to sit for the rest of the half here.
Walker coming back into the ball game for Alcorn. Now, Brian Miles has 2 personal fouls, and he definitely can't afford to pick up a third. Bell and Daniels talking, encouraging each other, both with a lot of experience.
Justin Thomas silky smooth with the left-hand shot at the free throw line. A lot of pressure bringing the ball up. As Alcorn pressuring Prairie View getting into their offense.
Here's a drive by Cox and a foul on the floor. And that's going to be on Otis Walker. First foul.
It's a little rough at the point of contact here. A dribble penetration and reach in. Raked across the ear a little bit. Easy call on the foul.
Prairie View A&M looking for the long ball. 6 3-pointers already. They're averaging 6 a game. Here's Bell turning around, maneuvering, getting the bucket off the window.
Good footwork. Backed his defender down. A couple of spins and got the shot that he wanted.
Nice finger roll. Goes up and gets it. Walker, 5 points now.
Look, for Alcorn, it's really a small backcourt as far as size, but they're so quick in their ability to get to the hole and even finish. But now, you see on the other end, the size advantage that Daniels has. You see, drives, shot, no good.
1 and done on that particular possession. Here comes Alcorn and a near steal. The quarter goes up, can't hit the shot. Good rebound by Alcorn State.
Justin Thomas got down there, got tied up. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with Alcorn.
Jump ball, possession goes to Alcorn. Coach Thomas giving one of those looks.
See Thomas coming through and just, he might have changed pivot feet twice.
Maybe 3 times. Here comes Prairie View A&M with the basketball.
He was just trying to get out there.
32-26 our score.
Hey, but if you do it fast enough, it's hard to call. 2 screens right there. One just got bowled over.
Gamble carries the basketball there. Too much dribbling, and Alcorn has the ball.
Have the green light to shoot it. You don't argue. You go out there and shoot it.
Prairie with the basketball.
Shot clock's running down here.
Good. Cox with the bucket. And now Cox 9 points. He's 2 for 2 from the three-point line. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Very active in this first half.
Yeah, he has great elevation on his jump shot. It's hard to guard once he gets up in the air.
Look at the rotation on that.
Wanted to foul, and I can't argue with him. There was some contact there, but coming back the other way.
Otis Walker now with 34 threes this year.
Good offensive board and putback.
Gotta have those rebounds, and Miles doing a great job staying inside. Only averages about a rebound and a half a ball game, but talk about an important rebound. And a foul coming up over the back. And that foul's going to be charged to Daniels. That'll be his first personal.
Joshua didn't make that shot, but man, he was wide open. The defense totally lost track of him. It's going to be the first against Daniels. That was Agnew there to clean up the glass off the missed three. You know, an interesting story about Darius Agnew. The last game before Texas Southern, his father passed away just before that game. Like, got the news about 30 minutes before the game. And
wow,
he played that game, and he's played every game since then. But obviously finishing out this season with a very heavy heart with the loss of his father.
You know, and I often ask coaches about not only being a coach, but they're also counselors, they're mentors, you know, they therapists at times, because these players go through so much, and they spend a lot of time with these coaches. And, you know, they really have to make sure that they're there for the players.
Yep. And the game itself is therapy. A lot of times you go through things that you're able to compartmentalize as long as you can focus on the game. And I'm sure that has provided at least a little bit of comfort for Agnew, but definitely thinking of him and his family, especially young men. Your father has often been a big part of your basketball career, your sports career. Encouraging you and supporting you along the way is definitely a big loss for him.
At the free throw line, Otis Walker. Cox gets the foul.
He knew that was short as soon as he shot, because he jumped in the lane. And that's going to be a violation.
For Prairie, 17 of their 36 points have come with second chance points. They've got 8 offensive rebounds. Second chance points, that's what you're really looking for.
Yeah, anytime you can get those, that's a good indicator that you're going to have success. It's one of those stats you automatically jump to and circle or bring out the highlighter. Where was the defensive rotation, and why did he miss the dunk? Those are 2 questions after that possession.
Well, got the block on the other side, though. Goes back to Alcorn.
Oh, he's mad at himself. I mean, the defense just partied like the Red Sea, and he tried to put a little extra mustard on that jam, and it was a bit too much. Came off the back of the rim. Yeah, there was some defense there as well. Have to give credit where credit's due.
36-30 Prairie View. Minute 20 remaining until halftime. 3-pointer on the way, no good.
Good save to Thomas.
Another 3-pointer. No good, but a 3-pointer.
He was fouled. And Prairie View has been very aggressive on their closeouts. And there's been a couple of instances that we could have seen some more fouls on the 3-point shots. You see here, closeout. And we're following the ball there. Let's take a look at this angle. Looks like he came down right across that right arm on the extension as he closed out.
So 3 free throws now for Byron Joshua. First one is up and good. Alcorn 5 of 9 from the charity stripe. For the season, they shoot about 71%. And they missed that one.
Bell's giving Prairie View some quality minutes, some moves down in the paint, and a couple of buckets. He's going to take a rest right now.
2 out of 3 at the line. (36-32), 60 seconds remaining in the first half, and a turnover. Here comes Alcorn. Nice steal by the Panthers.
And there's a possession. Alcorn thought they were going to get a bucket there in transition, but quick hands and good defense by the Panthers.
Alcorn is also looking for a foul on that play.
They can fill it up. And these two teams have played each other closely all season long. Same thing applies here in the SWAC tournament.
Three-pointer on the way by Gambrell, no good. And the rebound by Thomas. 19 seconds left. And a turnover. This one comes out to Daniels. Foul, going to be a charge.
Oh, we have differing opinions. They're going to talk about it. Oh, they switched to a block.
Charge to Alcorn.
Yep, they saw it 2 different ways, so and that would have been 4 on Kendall had that been ruled a charge. So you see here the turnover. We're coming back the other way. Daniels gives it to Kendall, the trailer. Probably should have dished it right there. But you see the...
Was he inside that circle?
Yeah, the little drop off would have been the move to make there, but Kendall's going to the line.
First free throw by Kendall. Good.
So he hits 2, and that pushes the lead up to 7. 9.5 to go here. 9.5 to go. Now,
5 seconds remaining. Ooh. Dunk on the inside. No good, but Agnew was going to the free throw line.
Good cut there. Good find by Thomas. Almost finished it off.
Daniels' second personal. You really don't want that to happen. Less than 10 seconds to go in the first half. Now you get a foul. You send Agnew to the free throw line. You're up 7. You know, basically, you want to get out of here. Agnew at the charity stripe. And he's shooting about 73% from the free throw line.
Chance to trim the lead down to 5 points with 3.7 to go with Agnew at the line.
2 for 2.
All right, these are the things you work on in practice. You have 3 seconds. You can get a catch and a couple of dribbles, or a catch and a quick pass. It should be able to, in theory, get a decent look at a 3-point shot here.
Landon Bussey putting in guards, really more defensive lineup now for Alcorn State.
All right, they're going to go with the quick dribble just inside the half-court line. Maybe could have taken another dribble there. About the same amount of shots, 12 to 13, but Prairie View just a little more efficient. Rebounds the same, and second chance points a big difference. And that's why Prairie View A&M has the 5-point lead here.
20 minutes left in one of these teams' seasons. That's when it starts to mean a lot, when you play your final 20 minutes.
Well, Alcorn's in a pretty good position, having won that conference championship, because you kind of keep that in your back pocket in case you make your way to the NIT if the NCAA doesn't work out.
Three-pointer, no good, and rebound comes down to Prairie View A&M, and Cook Fallon Walker not happy.
But we know where everyone wants to go. They want to make it to the big dance.
Looking at Coach Byron Smith, he was almost on the floor at one point trying to give direction. And Bell with the big block for Prairie View.
Feels pretty good about himself running back up court after that rejection.
And Coach Smith really trying to energize his guys to run the offense.
Got a dribble fest going on right now.
Three-pointer, no good.
There's a lot of contact on the shot, but
that's going to be on Henry. It's third personal.
I think we had more contact on the three-point shot than we did down in the paint there, but Henry gets the call against him. All of his fouls have just been little ticky-tack fouls.
Shot up, no good. Rebound by Kendall. Can't hit the shot. And here comes Alcorn State. Baseline shot up and no good by Joshua. And a foul coming up.
Got the block and then another deflection, but got called for the foul on the second time around.
It's going to be out of bounds, actually. Alcorn State University basketball. 39-34, Prairie View on top. 18-16 remaining here in the ball game. Three-pointer on the way by Henry, no good. High rebound by Agnew.
That is stripped.
Here comes Gambrell. Over to Bell.
We'd love to have that one back. It's a little too strong off the glass.
Wow, he was going with so much force, he just overshot. Bell backs off of Henry momentarily, partially blocked, and Bell gets the ball. Transfer from Arkansas, Pine Bluff, from Starkville, Mississippi. Daniels with the ball, now he gets it off, and steal here by Alcorn, ball still on the floor.
That was heads up play. Well, that was a travel. Heads up play followed by a travel because you had two players just on the same team right on top of one another. And just couldn't, he didn't even have space to put the ball down. You see here the steal, the sense to toss it, then everybody's right there together. He wanted to pass, he wanted to dribble. He ended up turning it over.
9 turnovers now for Alcorn State. Foul coming up, and that'll be charged.
No, that wasn't
Thomas. Could have been Justin Thomas. He wasn't even near the ball.
They should correct that pretty quickly.
Yeah, it should have been Thomas because he wasn't near the ball.
Yeah, no, that was Joshua. But it was very aggressive by Joshua out on the perimeter. That was a pretty easy call.
And they've made the correction, Byron Joshua.
Thomas dribbled into a wall and had the ball picked from behind. Now that one's going to be on Thomas. Daniels is trying to argue for a clear path, but I don't think he's going to get an audience with that one. You see Thomas trying to spin out and has the ball stripped from behind. And it was all in the action of fighting for the ball, even though he was behind the defender, so they're not going to give him a clear path on that.
They're following Justin Thomas, second personal. Gambrell with the basketball. Bell.
He had the cutter there.
And Bell got stripped by McWhorter.
Thomas is double teamed. Gets it off down in the paint. Nice little jump hook.
And DJ McWhorter with the bucket. 16:25 remaining in the ball game. 39-36. Alcorn has cut this lead to 3 now.
Trying to whittle their way back in the game, and Daniels thought he was fouled, had it stripped. That was the fake of the week right there. Daniels flying by. He looked around and was like, okay, anybody else? All right, let me just lay it up here.
Coach Bussey all the way onto the floor.
That's a charge. The room that was shooting pretty good from the outside is not the team that came back out for the second half here for Prairie View.
That's right. Prairie View 0 for 5 early on. Alcorn 2 for 8. And Alcorn has never led the ball game. This is the closest it's been since the score was 19-18.
So the top seed has been playing from behind all evening long.
And when you think about it, it's really not a surprise when you look at all the close scores.
Oh, good steal there.
Alcorn won 72-69 over Valley, 75-72 over Texas Southern, 72-69 over Prairie View, 61-60 over Jackson. So all those games were close, 3 points or less. Air ball.
That shot wasn't close.
No.
Needed 10 feet. He gave you 12.
Coach Byron Smith scrunches his face up at the shot.
Thomas shows him how to.
Thomas, who has 2 fouls, also now has 6 points in the ball game. Prairie now 0 for 6 in the half.
0 for 7.
Shot up no good and getting the rebound for Prairie View A&M University. Christian Guess.
You know, these are times where, you know, Daniels is an outside shooter, but I'll tell you about his ability to drive. I think Prairie View just needs something different on offense just to get their confidence back. And see, Daniels is not really over there. Tried to force that pass in there. He's telling his teammates, man, just shoot it. They're going to need to see that ball go through the hoop again. Remind themselves, we were that team in the first half.
Shot up no good, and Prairie View gets the rebound, and it goes out of bounds off of Prairie View back to Alcorn.
Yep, they put that pressure on them right there, forced them out of bounds without fouling, so it's going to be a turnover back to Alcorn State.
Bell and Gambrell coming back into the ball game for Prairie View A&M. Walker comes out of the ball game a little frustrated. He wanted to stay in the game. Justin Thomas will inbound for Alcorn State. Montgomery also into the ball game for Alcorn.
Yep, Henry's back in there as well. He's got those 3 fouls.
Montgomery, wild shot, and he can't hit anything before that shot clock expires.
And Coach Smith likes that defensive effort there. He wasn't able to really set his feet. He was falling back, almost falling down as he heaved that 3-point shot up.
Good bump on the inside. Shot up, no good. Prairie View continues to struggle. There's like a spirit of no over that rim.
Spirit of no.
3-pointer on the way by Montgomery. It's no good. And right now, neither team is able to hit the mark.
Well, we talked about Prairie View being that team that starts out with a lot of energy. Can they sustain it? Right now, it seems like they ran out of gas here in the early parts of the second half. Not even a point-blank shot could go.
They can't get anything to go down. Maybe they'll get the free throws to go down.
Prairie View has lost the lead now. Alcorn back up by 1. Their first lead of the game. And you see the futility at the rim here. Just get it up there. Will it go in? No, no.
I told you the spirit of no is over that rim for Prairie View in this sequence. Let's see if they can get a couple of points here. The spirit of no continues.
It's hard to argue with what you're seeing with your own eyes.
They went for three-pointers, no. Inside shots, no. Layups, no. And they get the spirit of yes. The first point for Prairie View this half.
Wow, that was almost a 2 media timeout drought they had going there.
7 minutes and 22 seconds into the second half is when they got their first points of this half. And it's a free throw, still without a field goal. 40-40, and this ball is not to Kingdom Come.
And Henry just went up there. Was anticipating he might draw a little contact, but he was just rejected.
Bruton with the basketball, goes up for the shot. He can't hit it.
Up and under step through, but
as far as field goes, both of these teams have a drought of a Sahara right now.
Well, the first half was exciting. Second half, defense.
And they get the bucket. Dwayne Cox.
Well, at least they don't have one of those traditions where the fans have to stay on their feet until they hit their first bucket.
Look at some tired folks. Over 8 minutes into the second half before they get their first field goal.
Oh, Henry's wrong on that one. Daniels has it stripped. Wasn't paying attention, but the layup is no good.
Long three-pointer. No good. Alcorn getting the strip and the rebound.
How about we say first one to 50?
That's about right. This shot, no good. So in the second half, between these two teams, 4 of 29.
Yeah, and some of these shots just, not only are they missing, they just aren't good-looking shots. Like
they tied, but not trailed. Meanwhile, there have been more fouls called in this half than there have been field goals. 5 fouls, 4 field goals.
That is true. This is not the same game we saw in the first half.
And the spirit of no continues on the rim. Around the rim, both teams have not shot well for the game.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are they writing on their scouting report after watching the second half here?
In the first half, you'd be worried.
Second half, yeah, let them shoot.
And Alcorn ends the drought.
That's good. I mean, not only have they struggled from outside, both teams have even struggled around the rim here in this game. At one point, shooting better from the perimeter than down in the paint. And part of that is a testament to the tough defense that both teams are playing.
Shot up and no good by Gambrell. Byron Joshua with the foul. Second personal foul. 15th foul.
Yeah, you see here. Draws it there as Joshua was beside him. Drew the contact.
Free throw up. No good.
I love this shot. This is my favorite camera angle. Just right behind the backboard. You get to look down on the free throw shooter.
Gambrell, 11 points on the season, averaging 11 points. He's got 9 tonight. Make that 10.
Tickles the twine at the free throw line. All right, Santoria, business is going to pick up. I'm going to speak it into existence here. We're going to get these teams to get warmed up here on offense.
9:43 remaining in the game. 43-42. Prairie View on top.
You've been conjuring up the spirit of no the last few minutes.
And it stays on that end. Well, I didn't conjure it up. That's just what the ring said. He quoted a song of the Winans. No, 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 no.
I'm not going to get into your music catalog. That'll be a losing battle for me.
Three-pointer up, no good, and the rebound by Prairie View A&M.
Well, who can adapt here when what you're trying to do, if you're not finding success? Where can you find that success?
Well, I think, and the coaches, you can tell what they were telling their players, and there's a strict. Alcorn gets the ball. And a foul coming up. I think you just have to keep playing, no matter what the drought is and how long you haven't shot. I mean, Brady hasn't had three-pointers since 7 minutes remaining in the first half. You got to keep playing and hope something happens.
Well, what we're going to have happen here is some free throws. Is you see the reach in at the last second there, and they're going to came across the arm. That's going to put Byron Joshua at the line. Here's a way to get some buckets. First one's no good.
Justin Thomas comes into the ball game now for Alcorn State.
Second free throw is good for Joshua.
And that's what you need. Sometimes you got to start with a free throw. You don't have shots going down, start with a free throw.
So that ties us up at 43. Oh, that's a travel.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
It was either going to be a travel or a charge.
Tied at 43, 8:48 remaining in the ball game. Alcorn, or I should say Prairie View, has never trailed in the game.
Well, they were down by 1 at one point. They were down 41-40 for a brief second. For a couple of possessions there. Justin Thomas hit a jumper to briefly put them ahead.
Tie ball game here at 43, 8:47 remaining here in the ball game.
Little weave, ball screen. Swing it over, trying to feed the post. Nothing there. Going to get it back to Thomas. See what he can do with it. Getting late in the shot clock here. And a bit of a bailout by Prairie View. Fouling that late after otherwise stymieing the Alcorn offense.
Marquise Bell, first personal, 15 foul. And going to the line, Byron Joshua. And again, if you can get free throws, it's the same way as if you're scoring a bucket.
Coach Smith is a little upset about that call there. Does not find a sympathetic ear. But again, another missed free throw. Joshua the last time around split the two shots. And he's on that path right here if he makes the second one.
Well, Coach Smith
goes over 2.
Coach Smith will get his face all scrunched up and his eyes will disappear when he gets upset. Alcorn 9 of 17 from the charity stripe.
You still see the little slits of fire.
Three-pointer on the way. Good!
There you go. The Santoria School of Thought. Shooters shoot.
That's it.
That puts Prairie View back up by 3 over Alcorn. So we still have the potential here for the 8 to knock off the 1. It can go either way here in the last 7:40.
Got to keep shooting till you make something happen. And here's Agnew.
Not his shot. Of the quarterfinal round before they get to make their appearance.
You kind of get stuck because do you want to be that first team eliminated or that last game of the quarterfinals?
Hey man, let me watch a couple of games. Get some data on how this thing unfolds, especially my first year in. Nice block there, coming back the other way. Alcorn on the move.
Foul coming up against Prairie View A&M. 7:11 remaining in the ball game. It's going to be on Bell. Second foul. DJ McCourt welcoming Prairie View to the block party.
And those are the type of blocks that you like. A block that stays in play and creates transition. for your offense coming back on the other end.
And free throw up and no good by Justin Thomas.
And, you know, tournament play, man, things just slow down so much. And you see Coach Bussey trying to keep everybody energized, creating your own energy here on the sidelines. Just the score comes down, the pace slows down. This is what tournament play just does in basketball.
And a steal by Alcorn State.
You know, we're looking at a game that's in the 40s right now. And it's getting close to those final 5 minutes of the game.
46-43, Panthers on top. Good ball fake. Ball was up. No good.
Just a wild shot there. Almost a turnover. That pass sailed, but Thomas able to bring it back down. He's going to get it back top of the key. Nice feed to the post.
McWhorter getting the bucket. 46-45, Alcorn within one.
Daniels looking to post up Thomas there, but had the defense rotate over DJ, and he gets that steal, coming back the other way.
Three-pointer on the way up and no good by DJ Bruton. And here comes Prairie View. Bell, outlet pass to Daniels. Shot up good. Dwayne Cox getting the bucket, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
You see Daniels there really trying to get his teammates huddled up and energized. He realized that the energy has gotten kind of low, and he's trying to get something generated. That's showing true leadership there by Juwan Daniels for Prairie View. And good court vision here as he quickly gets the ball up court. And the Panthers finish and draw the foul.
Cox goes to the free throw line here for Prairie View A&M. Free throw is up and good. 49-45.
This may be the biggest 4-point lead I've seen in a while. It might take some time to chip into this one.
Three-pointer on the way, no good. Skying in and getting the rebound, Dwayne Cox.
All right, can Prairie View be the first team to really rediscover their offense here late in the second half?
Thought about the three.
Yeah, tried to pull up there, but he was right in front of Daniels, which threw the spacing off. And they're going to have a turnover. That ball knocked and lost out of bounds.
Because Byron Smith furious at Gambrell.
And Daniels wasn't too happy with him either. He's like, why would you pick up your dribble right behind me when I'm setting the screen? He's still trying to make sense out of it. Like, that's not how this screen thing works. You got to dribble past me so I can create some space for him.
Coming out of the ball game for Alcorn, DJ McWhorter. Liddell Henry coming into the ball game. He's got 3 fouls. 49-45. Prairie View on top.
Oh, Henry cut to the bucket there, but they couldn't find him. If they would have, he was wide open in the lane.
Well, we got some seniors on this basketball team for Prairie View A&M that really have been showing their leadership. Juwan Daniels and Marquedrick Bell.
Yeah, for Prairie View, I mean, this is it. We're going to have an offensive foul.
Brian Miles, third personal.
That's going to give Alcorn a chance to chip back in here. Chip into the lead is 4 points with 4:50 to go. Turnover.
20 turnovers for Prairie View A&M University.
everything but falls.
Jump ball. Possession goes the other way.
It looked pretty good. Just rinned out there on that three-point shot. Scuffle for the ball. Jump ball going back the opposite way.
This is one of those games where coaches look back and whoever wins this game, it was an ugly win, but it was a win.
All you need is the win. You want to advance to the next game. Don't get a lot of time to sit around and think about it. It's cliche, but it is literally survive and advance and try to do better the next time out. But first got to get past this opponent, and an offensive foul against Daniels. He doesn't like it. He says he was moving. He is pleading his case, but to no avail.
And how big is this? Jawan Daniels, it's his 4th personal foul.
See Daniels here driving with the left hand. Comes up and not intentional, but as he was coming up for his shot, that elbow comes right across the face. You see it right there.
And they got to make sure that Otis Walker, when he got up, that he wasn't woozy.
Yeah, that was a clean ring your bell hit there with the elbow.
3-pointers this half. Prairie View 1 for 5. Alcorn 0 for 10.
And it might hold true here. The first one to 50 might be the team that wins this game.
That's about right.
Thomas calling for a ball screen. Needs some space. See if he can get his shot off. Instead kicks it out. Had a shot at it. There gets it not much better. So they both kind of just eking along here. Prairie View up by 4 still. Just going to wait to see if Thomas got that to go. But on the offensive putback, that's no good. Rebound. Alcorn's going to get another shot for 3, and that one goes. We have some action here, boss.
Got to just keep shooting, and you see what happens when you keep shooting. Eventually, it will fall. 49-48. Prairie View on top by 1. Another 3-pointer. Good. And in the great song of Michael Jackson, you want to be starting something with these 3-pointers.
Well, a 3 begets a 3.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
He knocked over 2 players. He went bowling. We've switched from basketball to the bowling championships. It's Agnew. You see him driving here, and boom. He just takes out both of them. And really, Henry served him up. Henry taught those tag team wrestling. Henry threw him in his way, and Agnew finished him off.
Prairie View with the ball, 52-48. Back up on 4, 2:54 remaining in the game.
You might look at Prairie View and say, oh, that's an 8 seed. But you look at Coach Smith, you look at the championship pedigree this team has. This is not just anybody's number 8 seed. This is a team that has won before and knows how to win. Nice quick crossover.
And Dwayne Cox continues. 16 points for him.
Henry didn't have any help there on the rotation. He just got crossed over. Cox now with the steal. He's starting to put it together here late. 6-point lead for Prairie View. It is very possible. We will see. We got 2 minutes on the clock to find out, Santoria. Daniels looking to operate. Dance here, a little step back, high arcing shot off the rim, no good.
Foul, and it'll go against Prairie View. Bell with his third. 2011 Texas Southern barely got by Pine Bluff. 50-45 was that score. Year after that, Valley, they were the 1 seed in the tournament. 2012, they beat Jackson 63-60. So the 1-8 game, depending on the year, can be extremely close, and you can see an upset.
And more than anything else, that speaks about the quality of play and just how tough these teams are in the SWAC. I've heard one coach talking about the addition of, you see the shot here is in and out. The addition of 2 new schools to the SWAC really elevated the top 8 that would be able to get in. So it's really not the same as years gone by because of the competition just to get into the tournament is so much more intense now as the SWAC continues to grow.
DJ McWhorter with the foul. That's his third personal. And in the second half, Alcorn 1 for 7 at the charity strike, 1 for 12 from the three-point line. 54-48, a minute 37 remaining in the ball game. And all these free throws and shots are big now because, every shot has come very, very hard. It's been a hard game for both of these teams.
Yep, and every miss just goes right to the pit of your stomach because...
And look at that. 2014, there were 10 teams in the field. Prairie View was the 8th
that's
seed.
Turnover on the inbound.
Shot no good. Alcorn with the ball. No good on the shot, but free throws coming up. Back in 2014, Prairie View was the 8th seed. They beat Southern, the 1 seed. 10 teams were in the tournament then. Prairie View had to beat Mississippi Valley to get to play Southern, but they won 64-46 over the Jaguars that year. Couple of throws here coming up for Walker. 54-50, 79 seconds remaining.
Makes that one count. It's now down to a 1-possession ball game after that free throw. And it's good to see that Walker's back in after taking that shot just a few possessions ago in the face. Second one, no good.
Coaches telling their players, keep playing, keep shooting. Keep playing, keep shooting.
Getting down to the last minute here, Santoria. This is the most intense three-point lead.
54-51. The 8th seed, Prairie View, trying to knock off Alcorn, the 1 seed.
Do what you would do in the normal flow of your offense.
Alcorn will let the ball roll.
And for Prairie View, you don't want to foul here. You want to play solid defense and get a stop.
54-51. Prairie View on top of the 1 seed. 42 seconds. Shot up. No good. And Prairie View with the basketball.
All right, so we got about an 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. You're going to have to try very hard for a few seconds here.
And a steal by the Braves.
Back the other way.
Joshua goes up, gets it blocked out of there.
And another steal. You need the 3 now. Thomas couldn't get it, passes it off, and it's good. You want to be aggressive, but you do not want to foul here.
3 seconds. Gambrell with the ball.
No, we're going to overtime. They're not even. Kind of held Henry there. He wasn't able to jump. Daniels is. You could see that Henry could not launch at all.
And Jawan Daniels is praying, please.
I mean, he's holding his arm right there. There's nothing to. I don't know that I've ever seen two players box each other out on the jump ball, but we had it right there.
Bell now has 4. Juwan Daniels begging like a Key Sweat song. And that one goes in and out. Henry can't hit that free throw. So Bell with 4. Daniels with 4. And they hit the free throw.
Henry gets the second there.
So now Alcorn leads 55-54. 1 second has gone off the clock here in overtime.
One of only, what, 2 leads for Alcorn here. Definitely since halftime.
Cox takes the shot, no good. Ball is lost, Bell recovers.
There's a lot of time people spending in the paint there. They didn't get a 3-second call there. 3 interior passes, and they don't connect.
And what a block by Alcorn. And coming down the floor, Daniels loses his shoe.
And we got an injury here on the other end. That looks like he's going to walk it off there. That was Brian Miles. Seems to be okay now.
You just saw Daniels having to put back his shoe on.
And he really showed great recovery to little LeBron-esque chase down on the block.
.427 remaining in overtime. 55-54. Braves on top. Bruton can't hit the shot. Brought down by Brian Miles. Who's got 3 fouls.
Yeah, Boynton says, just count on me for the long threes when you need it in the clutch. Daniels draws the double team and turns the ball over.
Thomas moving, going in, can't hit the shot. Daniels with the rebound.
A made basket is a premium between these two teams tonight.
They're just not quitting. And that's what, if you're a shooter, you could be 6 for 40, and you got to keep shooting.
That one's good there. Gambrell off the screen from Daniels gets that to fall, and Prairie View back up by 2.
Gambrell 19 points.
No charge.
And
put back by Henry.
By Henry, yeah. Tied at 57. 3:13 remaining in overtime.
Gambrell again, a little heat check, and he's off. Ran that same action for him, getting the ball screen. He actually got 2 screens that he came off of, but not able to hit the shot.
Yeah, Coach Byron Smith not mad at that because you got to keep on going. Thomas pulls up. No good. Rebound by Cox.
Daniels finally gets one to go. He saw the opportunity there. He just put his head down and drives it hard to the bucket. Prairie View up by 2.
Miles, Daniels, and Bell for Prairie View, all with 4 fouls. 3-pointer, good!
Quarterfinal action has gone to overtime.
Henry, first 40 minutes, 1 point. The last 2 minutes and 41 seconds of overtime, 5 points. It's not when you score. It's not how much you score, but when you score sometimes.
Gambrell has had the light. He gets that, seeking that screen from Daniels. Wasn't able to get the space he wanted, so Daniels is going to do something himself. Misses, gets the put back to go. And he's going to go to the line, chance for 3.
Daniels hits the bucket. 1:53 left in overtime, 61-59.
Daniels had struggled the entire game. He was stuck at 7 points, but he's hit a layup. Now got a put back It took overtime for him to reach double digits. He's averaging 15 on the year. Chance to get 12 right here. And even though his shot wasn't falling, Jawan has shown leadership throughout the game. He's been rallying his teammates, making sure they huddle, communicate, and talk. He gets that free throw to go. And he now has 12, and his team up by 3.
62-59. Daniels 12 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Shot wasn't going, but he was doing his work on the boards.
Dropping down tonight. Brian Joshua, three-point line. Shot is up, partially blocked. And getting the layup, Agnew.
That's where Agnew hurts you. His ability to finish around the bucket, and he does that after coming up with the offensive board.
13 points for Agnew tonight.
All right, these two play well. Daniels sets the screen up high. He's going to pop out. Gambrell's going to take the shot. It's no good. And coming over.
And Miles with 4 fouls.
Yeah, we're looking at the 59 seconds left in your season. If you're out there and you can still run and they need you, you're going to play. Now, I'm not allowed to say what could potentially happen, because we don't talk about it. Even more.
About those things. 2 for 2.
All right, so Alcorn now.
It'll be your fault.
With the lead over Prairie View. Prairie View needs a bucket here.
And a foul coming up.
Coach Bussey is a little unpleased there about the defense there, talking to Justin and talking to Justin Thomas. Two big free throws for Prairie View.
Jeremiah Gambrell, 19, now 20 points.
So McCormick is able to come back in. He did have a slight injury there to the shoulder, but got some work done by the trainers, and he's back in. Second one, no good. So there we are, 63 all. Coming back the other way for Alcorn State.
41 seconds remaining. Quarterfinal game between Alcorn and Prairie View. 8 versus a 1 seed.
Off the glass, no good. Prairie View with the rebound, but a steal comes right back to Alcorn. There is about 5 seconds difference now between the shot clock and the game clock.
They have to reset the shot clock. 63-63, 22.5 remaining.
So that's going to turn. The shot clock off.
Shot clock has been turned off. And now the officials will meet.
Yes, and that was a rebound that just slipped right through Prairie View. They would have loved to corral that so they could come down with a chance to win it, but now they're going to have to defend to win it, because it's tied up at 63, and Alcorn could use as much clock as they want here. I would imagine they don't want to leave. They want to give themselves a chance to get a rebound if the first shot doesn't go, but they don't want to leave too much time to give Prairie View a chance to come back down and win it.
Alcorn basketball, 22.5 remaining, tied at 63.
I'd say you get down to about the last 8 seconds there. You want to get something up, or at least start making that move to the basket. We're down to 12, 10 seconds here.
Game of endurance between these two teams. Thomas has the ball, 3 seconds remaining. Thomas takes a shot. Foul coming up with 1.2 remaining. Thomas goes to the free throw line. And that foul is going to go against Kendall. That's 5 on him.
Let's take another look at that. Thomas was just dribbling out. Pulls up. I want to see that again, Santoria. Santoria, look, there's the crossover. Maybe a little body there, but these teams have battled to the point where I don't know.
Joshua Thomas at the free throw line. Kendall fouls out with 7 points. Talking about a rally here for Alcorn State. 2 shots coming up for Justin Thomas, averaging 10.4 a game for the Braves. 75% free throw shooter. This for the lead, and he nails it.
You can see the realization coming across the face of the Prairie View players that, oh, it just got tough, and he misses that one on purpose. Hope for a miracle. Alcorn, it's up. Oh!
Can't hit the bucket.